Welcome to another episode of Adventures with Time. Well, it's been about a month since my last upload to this channel, and I want to share with you what I've been doing with respect to my watch hobby during these times of stay-at-home order. This episode is not going to provide a review of any new watch or new addition to my collection. Rather, I'm going to talk with you while I'm giving my set of watches a good wind-up, so stay tuned. This episode was supposed to be of a new watch that was lent into my channel for a review. Unfortunately, given the current circumstances, that watch is stuck in the mail in its country of origin, so that review will have to wait for a later episode. As many of you know, and I'm sure as many of you are too, I am stuck at home during these times of social distancing. Actually, I retired on January 1st. And was able to get a few nice trips in before this all happened. And if you've watched some of my recent videos, you'll see that. But then everything shut down in March. And don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I have it better than many who have lost their job and are just struggling to survive. I truly feel for them. I bring this up only as an introduction into the topic of this video. And that is watch collecting activities during stay-at-home orders. As the theme of my channel is to share with you my activities and adventures in this world of watches, it makes sense to share with you how these social distancing measures have impacted me with respect to my watch hobby. And I'd like to hear from you about what you've been doing or not doing with watches during these times. And leave your input in the comments below. I'd like to hear them. First, I think most impactful to my hobby is that I really haven't been wearing a watch. I'm a little embarrassed to admit that to you. Hey, I haven't even been wearing shoes mostly during these past 2 months. I should be wearing a watch, but for some reason I really don't feel like putting one on in the morning just to wear it around the house. But I think I'm going to force myself moving forward. Maybe that will get me thinking more about watches, doing some photography, and drive up my interest in the hobby. Also, my investigation into various watches has been curtailed somewhat. Granted, YouTube, websites, blogs, and other publications online have been a large part of the hobby for me. But I loved going to AD shops, to brand boutiques, and even to watch shows. I feel that one has to really try on a watch, if at all possible, to gauge your interest and suitability for your style. But that's not going to happen for a while. Even if I was willing to risk going to shops, they're closed right now. Who knows how long it'll be before I can visit a store or even attend a show. But these stay-at-home orders have also offered me an opportunity to do some learning, some education. I've attended a couple webinars given by the American Watchmakers and Clockmakers Institute. Basic sessions on how a watch works, but they go into such detail that it amazes me all the intricate parts of a watch movement. I also am trying to spend more time going through the watch books that I've purchased over the last couple of months. There's a lot of detail in those too. And I'm thinking about culling my collection a bit. Figure out what watches I really don't want to keep anymore, and make room for some new watches. And of course, these videos. I've got a couple of topics in mind for an upcoming video, so stay tuned for them. But even with these activities, I can't help feel that there's a lull in both my interest and activities in the watch hobby. I wonder if any of you feel the same way. I do believe it'll pick up once our society gets moving again, and I have the opportunity to really search out some new watches. But until then, I'll try to keep my hobby going. And please, stay safe and sane in these tough times. I wish you all the luck, and see you in my next video.